Good morning, students. Today we are going to see Standard 6th Geography, Chapter number 10, Human Occupations. Let's start with it. Answer the following questions after observing the picture in figure 10.1. What are the cows and the buffaloes in picture A doing? As we can see here the man he is doing animal husbandry. It means the cows and buffaloes, they are eating grass. What is being obtained in picture B? If you will see in picture B, a woman, she is collecting milk from cow. What is happening at the milk collection center in picture C? This is the picture C. We can see the product obtained from nature, that is milk, is being collected in this picture. In picture D, what is being transported? Where could be the tanker is going? Let's see what is the picture D. Here the milk is transported through truck towards the processing unit, so that different processes will be done on the milk and different products will be prepared from that milk. Which products are seen in picture E? From what have these products been made? Let's see what is the picture E. This is the picture E. Here this is the processing unit, and here we can see the butter, ghee, cheese, Shrikhand, milk and other products are there, and these all products are made by milk. What else is happening in picture E? Just we had seen in picture E, a technician, he is checking the quality of milk. Out of the products shown in picture F, which products do you use? Let's see what is the picture F. This is the picture F. We can see here butter, ghee, cheese, paneer, Shrikhand, milk powder, etc. is shown in this picture. What would be the main difference between milk and milk products? Yes, milk, it is the natural product. We get it from nature, directly from the cow. And the products, they are made with the help of milk. By making different processes on milk, different products are product, and that is only known as milk products. Do these products perish quickly like milk? No. The products which are made with milk, they remain for 2 to 3 months or near about 6 months. Let's see what explanation they had given. All the above pictures are related to the rearing of domestic animals, obtaining milk from them, selling milk, processing milk at milk processing centers, making ghee, butter, cheese, Shrikhand, paneer, milk powder, etc. from milk, selling them in the market, etc. Just we had seen all this work is done in the all pictures from A to F. This work is carried out at different levels. Man undertakes all these activities to satisfy his own needs. We classify these activities on the basis of the nature and the products they yield. Now look at the pictures again and answer the following question. Now again we have to see the picture and again we have to give the answers for the following question. Which of these activities is undertaken to obtain a product from nature? So as we can see here, the first picture we have to see. In first picture we can see that a man, he is doing animal husbandry so as to collect milk what we have to do? We have to do animal husbandry. Which products is obtained through it? So as by doing animal husbandry, the milk will be obtained as a product from animal husbandry. How long does this product last? As milk, it lasts for 1 or 2 days. In which picture is the product obtained from nature being collected? Yes, we can see in picture C, the product obtained from nature is being collected in picture C. This is the picture C. Here, the product obtained from nature is being collected. The collection of milk is done in this picture. Which service did the milk producer get through this activity? As storage, this work can be done by milk producers. Where is the milk being taken? So as the milk is taken to the processing unit. And what happens to the milk thereafter? So milks will get processed in the processing unit. What milk products are seen in the picture? In picture, if you will see, you will get the answer that here we can see butter, ghee, cheese, paneer, shrikhand, milk powder, etc. These all are the milk products which are seen in this picture. Who inspects these products? So as a food quality inspector, he inspects the products. What does the shopkeeper do with these products? So as shopkeeper, he will start selling the products. So as we can say, sells these all products. Which of these products are perishable and which are non-perishable? So here, which of these products are perishable? For this, butter, shrikhand, paneer and many different products, they are perishable. And the products which are non-perishable, they are ghee, cheese, milk powder, etc. These all are non-perishable products. Will the price and weight of these products be same as that of the milk? No, the price and the weight of these products will not be the same as that of milk, because by making process, it will take a long time and the energy and the work will be required lot, due to which the product will be priced and weighed as a different one and as according to their quality. Use your brain power. Milk is available at ₹40 per litre, while dahi at ₹60 per kg and paneer at ₹200 per kg. If both are obtained from milk, why is there so much difference in these prices? So as we can see, the milk product, it is a direct related to nature, but by making a small process, we can convert that milk into dahi. So it is priced more than the milk. But the paneer, which is cost as 200 per kg, it cost because here the process will be lengthy, due to which the price and the weight will be different. We carry out many activities to fulfill our needs. We have many occupations, industries, trades, etc. Some of these activities are directly dependent on nature. It means that the products obtained in these activities are obtained directly from nature. Cows and buffaloes are animals. We domesticate them. See picture A. We get milk from them. Therefore, this occupation is directly dependent on nature. This occupation is directly dependent on nature. Such occupations which are dependent on nature are called primary occupations. Example, animal husbandry, fishing, etc. So as what is the primary occupation? Primary occupation is the occupation which is related to directly towards the nature, the products which we will get from the nature, as like animal husbandry, fishing, mining. These all are related to nature. So as the products which will be collected, that will be from nature. So this comes under the primary occupations. Some products obtained in primary occupations are used directly, while others are used after making some changes in them. Now see picture E. In this picture, the milk is being processed after bringing it to the dairy. That is, the product obtained from nature is processed and made into different products. These products are more durable. Their quality has enhanced too, and therefore the price is also higher. For example, Shrikhand, butter, cheese and milk powder are processed from milk. This processing is an industrial activity. Industries are based on raw materials. More durable goods are produced in an industry. The raw material supplied to the industries is obtained from the nature, that is, from primary occupations. Occupations dependent on primary occupations are called secondary occupations. So as let's see what is secondary occupations. Secondary occupations are the occupations which are dependent on primary occupation, as like the milk. The collection of milk is the primary occupation, and when we process the milk and we prepare different products, that process will come under the secondary product or secondary occupation. So like this, the milk will be the primary occupation, and the examples as they had given, Shrikhand, butter, cheese and milk powder and other products, they will be the secondary one, because after making a process on milk, the different products will be prepared and it will be sent for selling. So as secondary occupations are the occupations which are dependent on primary occupation. Now look at the picture C, D and F. You will see milk collection and sale of milk, transport of milk and sale of milk products respectively. All these activities are related to the products of primary and secondary occupation. Many a times, these occupations provide complementary services to the other two occupations. Such occupations are called tertiary occupation. Yes, here we can see, if you will see the C, D and F. In C, the products obtained from nature is being collected. You can go towards your textbook and you can see. And in D, the transportation of the milk is done to send that milk towards the processing unit. And F, it is here in that picture, the selling of the product is done in that picture. So as the services which will be provided or which will be in between the primary and secondary occupations which will be the helping one, that will only known as a tertiary occupations, as like transportation from a collection center towards the processing unit, and from the processing unit the transportation towards the shopkeepers. These occupations are complementary to all other occupations. These occupations are also called service occupations. So as this type of services, when they are providing, they are also known as the service occupations. This include transport of goods, loading and unloading of goods and sale of goods, etc. So few examples as they had given, the transportation, where the transportation will be taken, they will also come under this service occupation or in tertiary occupation. And the loading and uploading of the products or goods means only the products, and selling of the goods, that all will come under the tertiary occupation. Now look at the picture E. Here you can see a person testing the prepared milk products. This person is testing the quality of the product. To do this work, the person must have some special skills. This is also a type of service, but this service is not an ordinary one. It requires special expertise, and therefore such services are called quaternary occupations. So now the fourth one is quaternary occupation. What is meant by quaternary occupations? When a skilled person is required to check something or the work will be done by that particularly person only, that will come under a quaternary occupation. As like in picture E, we had seen a person, he is checking the quality of milk. That is, we can say him as a food quality inspector. So no other person who is having the quality will complete this task. So to complete this task, a person is required who knows detailed information about that food quality check. So this type of occupations will come under the quaternary occupations. As like teachers, they will also come under the quaternary occupation, because no any other person can do the work of teacher. Teaching will be done by the teacher. Doctors will help us to diagnose the diseases, and the treatment which will be given by the nurses. Means the work is divided, and by that particularly person only can do that task. That will come under this quaternary occupation. Not all the services are directly related to primary or secondary occupations. For example, those of driver, knife grinder, policeman, and the postal services, etc. So as all the services is not directly related to primary or secondary occupations. So as driver, as he drives the car or a bullock cart, if he is riding, so it will not come under the primary occupation or secondary occupation. Knife grinder, he will not come under the primary and secondary occupation. As same the remaining one. Think a little. Who examines us when we fall ill? The doctor examines us when we fall ill. So as I had taken a particular name, so this will come under the quaternary occupation. Who checks our examination papers? Teacher checks the examination papers. Who prepares the design of building? An architect will design the building. Who produces machines and looks after their maintenance and repairs? A mechanic or an engineer will produce the machines and will look after their maintenance and repairs. Look at the pictures in figure 10.2. Carefully, we are learning the classification of occupations. See if you can answer the following questions related to sugar production. Let's see. 10.2 picture is given on page number 63. The first one, sugarcane field is given. As we know, it is a natural product. Means here the primary occupation is done. Again in picture B, harvesting of sugarcane. So here the sugarcane is being cut. That is, the harvesting of the sugarcane is done in the picture B. Again in C, the transport of sugarcane. The sugarcane is being transported to the factory. Sugarcane being collected at the factory. That is shown in the picture D. Here you can see the sugarcane is being collected with the help of crane in the factory. E, inspection and maintenance of machinery in the factory. So as the engineer is doing the inspection and maintenance of the machinery in the factory. Processing of sugarcane juice. So here the sugarcane is being processed and the juice is prepared in this picture F. Again you will see the next picture. In picture G, sugar production and quality check is done in this work. Again in H, sack of sugar being carried. So as this person, he is carrying the sugar sacks. The last picture, sale of sugar. So as here the selling of the sugar is done. Means from the sugar cane field, the sugar is produced from the sugar cane after being this all 6 steps. Let's see the remaining one, what they had given. Think of more such chains of occupations, draw their pictures and classify them from primary to quaternary as above. As like the sugar cane, the process is given. You have to collect the information about cotton or about wheat or rice or any other product from primary to the quaternary one. You have to do this activity by yourself. Think and discuss. What effect does nature have on... Just wait, I think we had left something. Yes, the questions we had left. Classify the occupations from primary to quaternary. So as we can classify them as the picture A. We will go towards the picture, then only we will understand the concept. Sugarcane field, primary occupation. Harvesting of the sugarcane, primary occupation. Transport of sugarcane, tertiary occupation. Again, sugar being collected at the factory, tertiary. Inspection and maintenance of machinery in the factory, quaternary. Again, processing of sugarcane juice, secondary occupation. Sugar production and quality check, secondary occupation, and also the quaternary occupation, because the checking is done, sack of sugarcane being carried. So here also the tertiary occupation will be there. Again, sale of sugar, it will also come under the tertiary occupation. Next one, which raw material is used in the secondary occupation? If you will see, in the secondary occupation, the raw material is used as sugarcane. Which is the finished product obtained in the secondary occupation? Sugar is obtained by using the primary occupation and by finishing the product obtained in the secondary occupation. Which are the services are in tertiary occupations? Checking of the processing of sugarcane juice. Again, sugarcane being collected at the factory. Again, production and quality check. This comes under the tertiary occupation. Which picture is related to quaternary occupation? Quality check, processing of sugarcane juice, again maintenance of machinery in the factory. It will come under the tertiary occupation. Yes, let's see. What effects does nature have on our occupations? Think a little. Give a thought to the following issues. Discuss them in the class. Write the 2 paragraphs about it. There have been no rains at all. A storm strikes. There was an earthquake, good rains, excessive rains and floods. All of a sudden, a volcanic erupt, a tsunami hits. So depending on this, any one topic you have to discuss. So as we are still in the lockdown period, you have to complete this task in your classwork. Let's see the next one. Do it yourself. Which occupations are found in your area? Which occupations is practiced on a large scale? Find the reasons behind it. Discuss and find the reasons behind a particular industry being located in your area. Both human and natural factors affect occupation. Can you find those factors? Obtain information about the damage caused to the environment through different occupations. You have to collect the answers of these following questions and write it down in your classwork. Let's see what is given in the next. This is how we classify the human occupations as primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary. These all are the 4 types of human occupations. Different occupations are practiced in different countries of the world. Through these occupations, economic transactions occur within a country and between various countries. These transactions decide the country's production of various goods and their annual income. This in turn is used to decide the extent of the country's development. As depending on these occupations, the different occupations they practice in different countries of the world, and these occupations results as an economic transaction, and when it takes and the transaction which decides the country's production level and also the various different goods and the annual income of our country, and also about the extent of the country's development, whether the country is moving towards the development process or not. It will also give results to it. Observe figure 10.33. This pie chart shows the percentage of manpower engaged in various occupations in the country of Bangladesh, United Arab Emirates and Turkey. Each pie chart shows the percentage of primary or tertiary occupations. Answer the following questions on the basis of the pie charts. Let's see. These are the three pie charts. Let's discuss. First one, Bangladesh, blue color, primary occupation, red color, secondary occupation, green color, tertiary occupation. United Arab Emirates, primary occupation, blue color, red color, secondary occupation, and the green color, tertiary occupation. Turkey, primary occupation, blue color, secondary occupation, red color, and the green color, tertiary occupation. These are the three pie charts. What we have to discuss now? Let's see. Which country has more manpower engaged in primary occupation? So as manpower engaged in primary occupation, which country has more manpower? Let's see where is the manpower is more. Manpower will be more where the primary occupation will be more. So where is the blue color is more? In Turkey? No. In United Arab Emirates? No. Bangladesh? Yes. The primary occupation is more in Bangladesh. So the first answer is Bangladesh. Which country has more manpower engaged in secondary occupation? Let's see. For secondary occupation, the color is red. Here is there red color. United Arab Emirates little bit. Turkey is more. Between Bangladesh and Turkey, Turkey is having the secondary occupation more. Which country has more manpower engaged in tertiary occupation? Let's see the green part. Tertiary occupation is more in United Arab Emirates. So here in Arab, the tertiary occupation is carried more. Which country has almost equal manpower engaged in all the occupation? So which country has almost equal manpower? Here the third one, Turkey is having all the three levels equal. Primary occupation, secondary occupation, tertiary occupation. Comparing to all the one, here the third one is as the manpower is engaged in all the occupations equally. Countries which have more manpower engaged in tertiary activities are considered to be developed countries, while the countries which have more manpower engaged in primary activities are considered to be developing countries. Now, rank the countries above them, developed or developing. Let's do comparing to this. Turkey, it will be a developed country. Here, the tertiary occupation is more, so United Arab will be also a developed country. And Bangladesh, it is under the developing process because the primary occupation is carried more in Bangladesh. So in this way, we had completed this chapter, human occupation. Complete this exercise. Read the text once again. That's all for today. Thank you.